Hey Cheryl. Hi Terry. I'll be right back. I gotta do something real quick. Hey, how are you guys? I'm gonna reattach my fingernails. So just let's chill. I'm sorry I'm running late. I was working on some artwork and I was just like in the flow. And then I decided to check the live and look again. I was like, please add back members only. And they did. They added back members only. So thank goodness. And thank you, both of you guys, for sending me Cashapp. Thank you. I heard your little Cashapp ring. Ring-a-ding-ding. Okay. Let me just finish with my nails here real fast. I hope y'all don't mind. It's just, I know this sounds maybe it sounds a little egotistical. Hopefully it doesn't. I know you guys know me and that I'm not egotistical, but I'm just trying to I'm trying to make myself available to those who actually deserve me, which is you two for sure. I mean, my members, you guys have been my support, my love, my a lot, and I'm just trying to be like less accessible to those who don't deserve my attention. I don't know how to put it, but I don't mean it like that. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to, definitely I don't need the trolls and the naysayers, you know what I mean? And and as much as I'd like to give freely, I do need, I do have this channel as my livelihood too. And not to say that I need anything more from the two of you, but I'm just saying for people who are trying to always ask big, long, never-ending questions and then expect me to do it for free, that's a little frustrating, but oh, and so did you send two? Hey, how did I get $5 already? Nobody sent me a super sticker. Or did you just donate at the bottom? Oh, you guys, y'all are so sweet. Well, anyway, or somebody else donated. Mystery person, mystery number 3 person, whoever that is. Anyway, I'm gonna give it to you, Terry. Okay. Oh, there's Rainbow. Okay, so the Rainbow is the mystery number 3 person. chat, even though I'm members only, it still wants me to do this check in the, I don't know, that there's like this option, live chat or top chat. And sometimes if I have it on live chat, it messes things up. Yes, happy Mother's Day to the mothers. Um, Saturday is the Mexican Mother's Day, and Sunday, of course, is ours. And my kids took me, my daughter took me out to eat this afternoon, and I had a margarita, and I just barely now recovering from it. It was a very strong margarita, but it was so nice. It was definitely something I've been needing and wanting for a long time now. Haven't haven't been a little tipsy in a minute, and it's nice to have a little feeling like that, a little buzz. So I enjoyed it and enjoyed the time with my kids. Yeah, probably not gonna see anybody this weekend because I'm working on Sunday. Probably won't see my mom. She's been real busy too, and my sister probably do stuff with her family. All right, so let me catch up on everything else said. Okay. Hi, Jerry. Hi, Cheryl. I sent you Cashapp. Hi, Terry. How you doing? And Terry says, I'm okay, Cheryl. Thanks for asking. And hi, Rainbow. And then I was blubbering, and Cheryl said, I understand completely. And Rainbow says, hi, everyone. And also, I kind of like that you guys, y'all, with your membership, I feel like y'all deserve to have a private life too. So I'm so glad that this option is still available, or it came back available again. It was gone for a while, this members only live. So I'm glad that it's back again. So I don't know, maybe I complained enough out loud. Anywho, I'm gonna get myself organized here. And happy Mother's Day. Thank you, Rainbow. All you beautiful ladies, yes. Thank you, Rainbow. Okay. All right, yes, you were the mystery person. I was like looking and I saw that and I was like, how did that get there? You've been in your head all week. What messages does Spirit have for me? Okay, let's see. Messages from Spirit for Terry. Let's go ahead and start with an Oracle card and see where that takes us. I have no decks sitting nearby, so it's going to definitely be like, wherever Spirit guides me. How about over here? This is where I'm going to go with the Path of Soul. Path of Soul. Let's see what this says. This is what I used for Elizabeth. There's plenty of you guys that are members, that come live. Pretty much the main people that come to the lives are members already. But if they're not, I feel bad, but whatever, sometimes I just gotta do what I gotta do. One of these days I'm gonna do Saturday morning again. Oh yeah, let's cleanse. Let's cleanse the air. You don't know how nice it is just to be with you, kindred souls. like my girlfriends. I get a little stressed out when I don't know. I know I'm supposed to like be inviting, but sometimes, especially when it's, my energy's been a little off, or I've had like, it's not like psychic attacks, but it's been sort of kind of like that. I don't know how to explain it. Psychic invasion is what it's been. But anyway, when I'm having these kind of things, I feel good and safe when it's just the two of us, when it's just us. Not the two of us, but just us. Us sparkles of light. If you want to be exclusive with your members, Cherry, it's all good. Okay, good. You're exclusive with you. You're so exclusive. You're exclusive. Yeah, I shouldn't have to keep explaining myself, right? Until the energy passes. Well, you guys, I mean, Cheryl knows. I've explained a little bit to her. And you guys have been here when the trolls show up and stuff. But I've had other things like emails and things like that. And they're kind of like, I don't know even how to explain them. They're disturbing a little bit. So I just decided, yeah, I wanted to pull away completely, but I didn't want to not be there for y'all. But this I think is perfect. Okay, here we go. For Terry. Enough about me. And I can talk to you more in an email too, Terry, and Rainbow as well, about what I've gone through, but it's nothing to worry about. It's nothing to worry about. I know, right? Bye-bye, trolls. All right, Spirit, what do you want to tell Terry? She's been in her head this week. How can you ease her mind? Let's see. How can you ease her mind? I've actually had a very nice week, so it might. I'm telling you, like the pressure, the worry, the feeling's gone away. I feel much better now, so I'm feeling good, and happy with the family, and all me and the boys we're all on watching our diet, and so it's kind of nice because I have support now from them, and it feels nice anyway. Yeah. So we're all like a team trying to do good for each other, which is good. And my son kind of like going through the similar things, but his is a little bit different version, more of a 3D version of it. But all right, never mind. Let's go back to Terry. I don't want to. I feel like I need to clear it again. I need to get my energy out of here. Okay. Okay, here we go. Terry. Oh, a bunch came out. But I want just one. Which one of these? Let's try again. Oh, that's so pretty. Maybe it's this one. Okay, I'm going to try again. I'll just say, Spirit, just give us one really important message. Pick just one important message for tonight. Maybe later we'll go to other messages. Okay, this one. Ooh, that's pretty. 20. I like that color. It's like cherry red. So this one is called Companion's Love. Terry, Companion's Love. Aww. This card speaks of passion, creation, and union between lovers. Allowing yourself to be truly seen and vulnerable in an important step in learning to trust. There are many levels of love which can be experienced, but this speaks of the deepest, most intimate of all unions. Through this deep connection, energy is in full flow. Love is source energy. Whether we experience this source alone, through meditation, or through our connection with another, it is still source. Enjoy it, play in it, and allow yourself to fully embrace all it has to offer. Wow, that's nice. All right, so what is next in love for you, Terry? What is around the river bend? Just around the river bend. I'm going to tuck. Oh my gosh. So you've always referred to Kenny as your twin flame, right? So I don't know what's going on. Anyway, are y'all still seeing me? So, twin flame union. Something, the body, heart, body, mind, and soul. Okay. And the perfect match. You complete each other in the most harmonious way. Well, so let's see what this means. Don't tease us, Spirit. Like, that's... Terry's been here before, you know? All right, let's see what the letterman has to say. I know, I wasn't expecting this either. I thought it was going to be something completely different. And a bunch of cards did come out, and I feel like when I asked Spirit to zone on one topic, they decided to zone on the love aspect of things. So let's just see. We have the Tower. All right. So you recently told me that that your insurance policy was not bought, but there is some kind of process, document process, bureaucracy, paperwork, or something that's still coming through. Or the Tower could also mean some kind of fairy tale ending. This is wild you picked up on this. I was going to email you a lot about him earlier this week. Oh, you were going to email me about him earlier this week. All right. Anything you want to share? Let's see. And a house. It's almost like the big house and the middle house, the medium house, or apartments, or, you know, that fancy office building, and then the nice cozy cottage. It feels like property, you know, or it feels like a real estate person, or something having to do with multiple real estate. But as far, you know what, let me look into each one if there's a love message for each one of these. I know for that little house, it's candlelit dinners. That's the love message. Not new, drove by his old apartment and cried. Oh, old apartment. Oh, okay. Oh, the apartment that you guys shared, right? That you paid for and took care of him and did all this stuff until he got his own life, and then, or a different life. All right, let me see. The Tower as far as love. Okay, the Tower love message is, this is a serious and powerful relationship with a firm foundation. And then the House message for love is, a good, stable relationship and nesting time and candlelit dinners and a movie on the couch. I don't, some might kind of come through for you. And I can't think of anybody else but Kenny, since he's the one that you identified as your twin flame. I wrote him a heartfelt letter, but I'm not going to send it. Oh. And sometimes that's the best way. Like sometimes you just have to get out those feelings. And you might, you might be sending the message energetically, which is good. Okay. So let's see. There's some stability coming in. That's what I'm getting goosebumps for that. I get the goosebumps. Like, you guys, this is really weird how I get goosebumps in different parts of my body, but this time it's like upper body, like my chest and my upper arms for some reason. I don't know. I don't know why the location of the chills aren't. Sometimes I get them just in my thighs or my knees, but this time it's like in my upper chakras. And my boobs. I felt it in my boobs, to be honest. And my upper arms to my elbows. The letter was asking him what our life might be like now if he would have stayed. Like, would we be married? Would I have gotten cancer? Would he have left me? No, but we want you to share, right? We have a safe space here, and I'm glad that you can share these things with us, because I understand going through the what ifs, and I understand, especially when you're faced with, with those kinds of, when you're faced with big life questions, and when stuff is happening, whenever, I know when you get cancer or some other kind of serious illness or something like that, you start to think about all things a lot, and I feel like different times, even if we're not ill, like different times of our lives, we go through these phases, where we just like reevaluate things, a lot, have a lot of nostalgia, right? Well, thank you for sharing with us. Maybe I'll tell you my story later. And the ship, okay. The ship is really, okay, so this feels very nice. Feels like adventure. Something in the future. So something maybe in 3 months. It feels like travel or some kind of, how we kept seeing travel so much in your readings, but you never were going anywhere, and then finally you did actually go somewhere. But this could also be represent, the drive that you took. Maybe all of these are just about nostalgia, but as far as love, the ship represents looking for love or happiness, but already having it. It may indicate a long distance relationship or exotic travel for you. Let's see what else. Okay. And this is nice, but I feel like Spirit's like, okay, and there's rainbow. I was just thinking about rainbow, funny. I was thinking, look at all of us. Okay, but this is saying you may not be able to see it yet. And I think it could be hidden on purpose. It's hidden on purpose, which is frustrating because it makes you get in your head, right? It's like, if you don't have clarity on it, how can I not get out of my head, But But also, Spirit's a little worried that if you get in your head, that you also might sabotage it if you know too much too soon. So for love, this is like a bit of uncertainty, or like you're facing uncertainty right now. That's how you see it. That's how it's presented to you, uncertain. But let's see what could be happening. Okay. What else do you want to tell us, Spirit? Oh, there is a King of Pentacles here. He's not an earth sign, is he? There could be, there could be somebody who's still yet like a, I don't know, this guy sounds exotic. He is somebody that you'll have and feel stable with. And the King of Pentacles is about stability too. And he's got the Midas touch, and he's the King of Kings. He looks so serious. Why so serious? Yeah. Kenny's a Cancer. This may not be Kenny. Okay, we have the Five of Swords. Interesting. Which is like an affair. Like an affair to remember. It feels like, oh, it could still be Kenny. Maybe the King of Pentacles represents him at a mature, stable phase in his life. The Five of Swords represents, and like the scenario here is kind of like these two like pass each other in the halls all the time, but they can't do anything about it. You know, they have their feelings because one or the other or both of them are devoted to somebody else. So they just have wistful moments of longing, which in itself could be an aphrodisiac. I feel like sometimes people get off on that, the hiding part of a relationship, and sometimes that's might be the motivation why some people actually cheat or try to hide a love affair, because there's a thrill in it. And I feel like maybe some people are more attracted to the thrill than they are to the person, you know. That could happen. But I don't necessarily, in this case, I'm just seeing that there's more to the story. I feel like, you know what? Like, you know how you wrote Kenny a letter? Maybe he's written you a letter too. You know, maybe he's written you so many times, or he's tried to call you so many times. What if he stopped by your house and cried, you know? You just never know, like, how he is. It's like this. You don't know, like, he feels so torn, like, I feel like he feels torn. He feels sad too. That could be his feelings, but you could be your feelings too. It feels like being left out. he feels so distant and left out. And maybe you do too, like that distant and left out feeling, like wishing there could be that connection. And then the Four of Cups is like, like an apathy, like, is there any care here? Is there any feelings of love? So let's see if it turns around for you. I mean, it seems like there's something coming for you, but who is this? Who is going to bring it around? Is it the King of Pentacles? It is it just the appearance? Is it just an appearance of apathy and in unintentional, like the two fives of course came out. When it comes to love, the three cards that you don't want to see for love came out. So why? So who is this? What's going to happen? Is this just also the other thing that you have to know about swords, and the swords especially, all swords have to do with your mind, like you were saying. You're in your head too much, and it's self-imposed. A lot of what you see for your in your mind is what you're putting there, and it's important to release that and attract other things, or just imagine other things. I remember when I was a little girl, and before bedtime, I had watched this scary movie. It came on in the middle of the day on a Saturday on regular TV. We had just gone done watching cartoons, and then a few other kind of like, there was one other like happy movie or something, happy show, and then this horror movie came on with this guy who was chopping off people's heads and stuff, and I could not get the image of this man, the monster out of my head, and I couldn't sleep at night, and I kept just seeing this guy like coming after me all the time. And my parents weren't around very much. They were both working really hard, and I was living at my grandmother's house. And it's funny how all of this stuff was going on at the same time, right when I needed them most. And I had to sort of take care of myself, I had to figure it out for myself. And in those days, in those early days, when I was just, like 6 or 7 years old, I think I was like 6 years old. I had to figure out, well, you know, mm, you know, in your prayers, I prayed and make sure to have like God's blessing, and then I visualized. I was like, instead of thinking of ugly things, I'm gonna visualize happy things. And I thought, what makes me happy? And I was like, rainbows, butterflies, fairy princesses, castles, unicorns, fairies. And then I would like paint this picture in my head before I went to bed to dispel, the bad guy that was chasing me. So I wouldn't have to see him, So that would be the last thing that was in my head. And wow, it's like at 6 years old, I was visualizing. So, but sometimes we'll have to do these things, we can't let our monkey minds defeat us. So let's see what else is coming through. All right, so you got the Knight of Swords. I feel like this is a little bit more Kenny than this is represents air signs, but he's like cool and sure of himself. But I feel like he could be watching you, because the Four of Pentacles represents like peeking into your social media or something like that. Sometimes that's the way I see it. It's like checking into you or trying to learn something about what's going on in your life. And that came out together. So he might be peeking at you. But obviously you were peeking at him by driving by his house. Yeah. But or the apartment that you used to stay, is what I should say. And but what I feel like Kenny might be doing the same thing. Let's see, anything else. Ooh, the Hierophant. I see my Hierophant as sort of the untouchable guy. You know, like priest. Priest can't get married. But the priest sometimes gets in a situation like this, like thorn birds, like my grandfather. and uh and they may go against the rules, you know. But this is like trying to stay with the rules, you know, trying to follow tradition and trying to stay with the rules and not go with his desires, but to stay with the rules. And reputation, because reputation sometimes is part of a man's ego, and or women too, for sure. But like maybe specifically Kenny's ego, you know, is all about the way people see him, and he cares so much about that, and that it could play a big part on everything. But you know, I'm gonna send a message out to Kenny. Hey Kenny, if you did something nice for Terry, I think people would think that was nice of you, because she's in a position of need right now, and you were her friend too, not just her boyfriend, you know. You So Kenny, if you can hear me, my angels, send that message to his angels. I don't know. It's not going against the rules, and it's not going to make you look bad if you help Terry. But that's an interest. I think you should go back there again. I think you should. The Queen of Cups. It's like, even though you are Aries, I feel like the Queen of Cups like represents your heart, the heart and the matter. It's like your heart, your emotions, your feelings, and he has kind of like your back to you, to your emotions and your feelings. Let's get some good news. I feel like, though, if anything does turn around, it's gonna be 3 months. In 3 months, something will turn around. And they have the Eight of Wands, which is really nice. It'll be like, I feel like you'll be in a similar scenario than you were, but he will be there too. And then you can have that heart to heart. But the Eight of Wands represents quick action, a big change, rapidly. Something happens super fast, but in, you know, like in a happy, positive way, not like a tower way, but in the like an exciting shift and change in your life. So that's the final the final card. And Spirit can't tell you too much what it is and what to look for, what to do next, I don't think. I feel like, but let's see if we can figure out anything else about what to do next, or any other advice. I'm going to go with the Beltane Oracle. In 3 months, though, is May, June, July. Wonder if I should just go, okay, this one I'm going to do. I'm going to take one from Beltane, which is now, and one from, I think Lamas is the summer one. Ooh, what? Look at that. Ribbons, that's the love one. And you have 33. 3-3. Okay. I've got goosebumps now in my cheek. On my cheek and on my shoulders. Are y'all still there? Oh, okay. What happened? Why does this always do this? I have to always change it back and forth from top chat to group chat. Okay. And Cheryl says, let's go, Kenny. Okay, good. All right, so ribbons. This is awareness. For it lives in the silk of my binding, the knots in my truth, the eye of becoming, the witness swallowed in stillness. Dear sacred soul, Terry, ribbons reminds you that you already know the answer to what you have inquired about. You are connected to your situation in a way that makes it clear what your next steps should be. So follow the signs, or in this case, the ribbons, and allow the truth of your query to come to your consciousness. Trust in your ability to see what you need at this moment. It may be scary or require more of you than you'd hope, but you can move forward with the knowledge that this path is for your greatest good and will lead you to success. Additionally, this card means the signs have been around for you for some time, waiting for you to invite them into your awareness, but especially mindful of any colors, animals, numbers, or feelings that crop up repeatedly as they are messages from the divine guiding you to the truth of your situation. So, this is what I'm seeing in my head. Star Wars again, because I love Star Wars. But what happens is, okay, like Luke Skywalker, for example, he's a great example of just us, our regular person, a regular guy that was brought up regularly, that was trained, like he didn't even know he had a connection with the Force. And so like he questions a lot. He's like, what about this? And what about this? And la 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 la. And Yoda's like, release all of that, let go. And so when he does that, when he finally like he's, out of his, ego mind, the monkey mind, and just lets go, that's when you get to that other part of your mind, the knowing, the place where spirit brings you your downloads, and you feel at peace, and you finally understand. There's going to be that you're going to have these kinds of moments, than one maybe. And so try to find those instead of being in your head in the 3D way or in the ego way. Try to get in your head in the spiritual way, and tap into the spirit messages that are trying to come down. I Poe just marched in here and started meowing and growling at me. Meow. He's so sassy. And so this is what I was thinking, Terry. I think Lamas is the summer one, and since we're dealing with the 3-month thing, let me see what happens in 3 months. So I have my little cheat sheet. I'm pretty sure, but just want to double check. So, oh no, Litha would be next. So I'm gonna check the Litha one. So yeah, I mean, May, June, July. Litha would be the next energy. So let's see what's happening with Litha. Yeah, I understand. Hey, Divine Goddess, you found me. Okay. Increments. I'm gonna get you a Litha message. Okay. And it's like, you know, I feel like this, I keep saying this about every deck, but this one I think is my favorite, Litha. But I mean, I really love the Beltane Oracle too. It's hard. I love Litha too. It's like this beautiful purple. All right, I'm gonna get you one more message and see if that helps. This helps to ease your mind. Let's see. Look at butterflies. I'm so excited to share with you guys. If anybody, you know what, I think I'm gonna make all my Patreon stuff public because I think I'm going to try to get certain things published, and I need to have a method of showing my work, and I don't have a website just yet. Greg was supposed to make me a website and he never did. So, and I don't have time to work on that. And I don't really want to, but I will have to eventually, I'm sure. Anyways, but yeah, I'm excited to share with you my newest High Priestess card that I made. So I'm almost done with it, and I'm really excited. Okay, we have herb crafting and stargazing. So, okay. Spirit just wants you to relax and it's giving you some homework. So herb crafting is saying, allow your roots to dive into the depths. Your spirit calls for grounding. That could be what he's about, too. If you ground yourself, you will find somebody stable and grounded. So herb crafting. The key words are gratefulness, grounding, and connecting with the earth. You are receiving this card because you're being called to get grounded. Energy is always moving around you and has an effect, and it can take its toll if you aren't careful. You could find yourself being swept away by a hustle and bustle of other people's emotions. You might recognize the signs of carrying stray energy in the form of intense feelings that do not seem to have an origin. The best way to reduce this influence is to ground your own energy, allowing you to find roots and replenish your spirit. Spending time alone, especially in nature, is advised. If you're reading this now, it's likely you're an empath or a highly sensitive being who needs solitude to reconnect with your own energy. Being an empath is a wonderful gift, but like all things, must be exercised in moderation because you are not just picking up energy from others, they are also taking energy from you. Too much of this exchange can cause you to feel depleted, depressed, and anxious, blocking you from achieving your own goals and attaining positive well-being. Additionally, pulling this card means you are not ready to receive the answer to your question. And that's what I've thought. This is like the not ready to receive the answer to your question card. But I don't even know what the answer to your question. You were just saying spiritual messages, but maybe secretly you were thinking Kenny messages or something. I don't know. Okay, so your spirit might be too depleted right at this time, and that could be why your your mind is, you're in your head too much and having trouble getting downloads or spiritual downloads because your spirit is too depleted. It's not just your physical body, but it's your spiritual body, your spiritual entity too, that needs some health too, needs some treatment too. So so be it's time to repair that before making additional attempts to move forward. Consider working with herbs to get more balance. So here's a grounding practice for you to do. Here's your homework. Okay. Grounding can be done in many ways, yet is often left out in people's practices. It's warming up now, so you can go outside and put your feet on the earth. I have a wonderful video that I found called Earthing. I recommend y'all watch that. It's really good. I think you would really like that. And you should consistently ground, preferably daily, and especially when working with magical workings, spiritual practices, and so on. This grounding practice is simple and effective. I need to go back to grounding. I used to do this once every day myself, and all you need to do is for like 15 minutes. I used to drink my coffee, just stand, with my feet on the ground outside. It's just my yard is so full of bugs right now and mosquitoes. Well, I'm gonna spray myself down and go ground again. Anyway, so while standing or sitting, raise both your arms to the sky with your fingers, your pointer fingers out. Imagine your fingers illuminating with a brown light, almost like dirt. Trace this light around you by bringing your arms back down, circling from the top to the sides and then to the bottom fingers, still pointed. Once your fingers are pointing down, shoot the light into the earth. Travel with it as far down as you can and find a place to tie the light like a bow or a shoelace. Then slowly take a few slow, deep breaths and feel the pull coming in from the core of the earth. Release any tension, stress, fear, and worries into this thread of light, leaving it or giving it to the earth. And make sure to thank the earth and carry on with your day. Mm. Yeah, I have actually GoDaddy. I have a GoDaddy website that I just haven't been working on, that's all. And I have a domain name and everything set up, but yeah, I just haven't been working on it. So now you have number 33, Stargate. Oh no, we already looked at that. Oh, we didn't read it though. Okay, that's funny. Well, we'll read all of them. Okay. Herb crafting. Oh yeah, that's right. We read that one and now we're reading these two. I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh my gosh, again 3-3. Another 33 came out. Ribbons. So pay attention to the number 3. We had 3 right here and we had 3 with the 3 of Wands waiting card. It's not a bad kind of waiting. It's an energetic waiting. And then we had 33 ribbons and 33 stargazing. All right. Okay, so herb crafting. The key words are gratefulness, grounding, connecting with the earth. Did I already read that? Yes. So 33, stargazing. The key words are courage, reaching for the stars, what is truly possible. It takes a lot of courage to reach for the stars, to expand the self, but it is possible. Look up to the starry skies. Oh, Mama Sky and Mama Gaia and Papa Sky. It's like this is like earth and sky energy. Um, Sammy used to do this all the time. He'd be outside grounding, but also kind of like connecting to the sky as well. So like connecting both to the earth and the sky and the cosmos. So getting a little bit of both energies. Look up to the starry skies and imagine how much we've already discovered of the myriad worlds out there. Humans have launched satellites into space to connect billions of people worldwide, and we've put men on the moon and sent rovers to Mars. We've created telescopes that are capable of seeing beyond your solar system and have discovered planets light years away. All of those things started as a spark in someone's imagination, little more than a passing thought that turned into life-changing history. Knowing all this, ask yourself if what you want is truly impossible. Will it be difficult? Probably. Will it require you to grow, adapt, have courage, and take risks? Yes, of course. But is it impossible? No, my dear, it is not. Something is only impossible until someone believes enough to make it a reality. There is a pathway for you to manifest your dreams and ideas if you're willing to reach higher than you're comfortable with. You cannot reach your goals being who you are now. And while there's nothing wrong with who you are today, if you were the kind of person who could accomplish your goals, you'd have them already. Have the audacity to imagine your best self and then become that. How do you need to grow in order to chase your dreams? There are three Oh, I was going to say three. There are skills you need to learn or habits to defeat. Or do you need to forgive someone and possibly yourself? So, how do you need to grow in order to chase your dreams? Are there skills you need to learn or habits to defeat? Or do you need to forgive someone and possibly yourself? Consider how you can expand yourself, whether your reading is about love or other things. You broaden your ideas of what's possible every time you have the courage to learn something new or challenge an outdated idea of yourself. So this is here's the steps that are going to happen, and I think that you will have to take. Okay. So right now your energy is low because your body energy is low, but I feel like your spiritual energy can be high with or without your body. Like, you know, in other words, whenever we have out of body experiences, this is our souls flying around doing whatever the heck they want to do. When you have a dream, in your dream, you're doing whatever you want. Your body, it doesn't matter that your waking body has issues or whatever. Your dream self can do anything. So that's like the first step, I think, is to keep nourishing your spiritual part of yourself. I keep saying body, but your spiritual part of yourself, the soul of yourself. And I mean, you're taking care of your body as well, but also the spirit. So then it's important to not to do cleansing rituals and all the things that you've done before, making sure nobody's attaching emotions to you that they don't need to, because there's a lot of changing energies out there because of the change in your status. And having cancer creates people's attitudes, an attitude change towards you, whether good or bad or both or whatever. But it's important to not let their feelings, you be absorb their energy or their feelings, whether it's good or bad. And especially now that you have your own channel, you've got to remember to keep practicing protection spells and things. So then once you get your level up to a regular place where you've been before, your spiritual level, then you can ground, or you can ground while you're doing this. Then you can reach for the stars. See, it's like little steps. So I feel like it's just a little bit of a reset. Um, Most people, and I feel like Spirit is saying, don't try to do spiritual things, or don't try to reach for the stars and stuff, or tap into high sources without the grounding, because you need to to tie it around a ribbon, like a root, and stick there, so you can be like a helium balloon that flies but doesn't go off into space. Right. They often say that when people do out of body experiences, it's important to have some kind of grounding ritual, or visualize your body, in the bed or wherever you are. Make sure you have that grounding energy before your soul leaves your body and travels, and so you have that body that it can fall back into, and then you're okay again. But sometimes, I don't know if you've ever had a dream where you're falling, or you have a bumpy landing, or you jolt or something like that, or you trip in your dream. That's this is what I've read, but that's your soul re-entering your body after it was traveling. So, so that's it. It's natural, and that's why where prayer came from, bedtime prayers came from, because of the fact that we travel, and that original prayer. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. Well, it's kind of like basically it's saying, I know my soul is traveling around. Please protect me while it travels, when my kids were little, we all, there was an alternative version of that. So, see me safely through the night and wake me with the morning lights. But still, it's like it recognizes the fact that your soul is leaving your body. So think about that. Like you're doing it at bedtime. There's other times that you can do this too, but always make sure you're grounded before you do these things. And the end. There you have it. You're welcome, honey. Keep up the good work. You're doing great. I'm sorry it was so elusive, but I definitely feel something exciting. Something exciting. And something about threes, so pay attention to the threes. Hi, Cheryl. Okay, let's see what Spirit wants you to know. I'll keep my love deck on the side in case. Cheryl, you look so pretty in that video with your hair up and your butterfly in your background. It looked like, I was gonna comment, but I was feeling shy. But you look kind of like somebody from the 1920s or 1930s, that kind of glamour, that kind of look. And I had just been looking up pictures like that for. I was gonna do like some kind of drawing or something having to do with that time frame because of my game that I play, June's Journey. Because she's the main character in June's Journey is in the 20s and 30s. But yeah, especially your features and your hair and everything kind of gave me that vibe and that pretty background. You're welcome. Oh, let's see for Cheryl. What messages? I'm just going to start the same way I started Terry's. We're going to start with this deck. Oh, and it's so funny that we used the deck that talked about the soul for Terry. And this was kind of a soul message, you know? What do we need to know about the soul? All right, for Cheryl now, let's see. Spirit messages for Cheryl. Ooh, that was fast. 26. And yours is... Ooh, the third eye. The third eye. So you're also getting some clairvoyance coming through. And that's your birthday. Nice. That's a good number then. And so Spirit wants you to know that you have the gift, right? You already know it. Sometimes you may see things that are disturbing, and when we do, we don't want to have the gift because we're like, I don't want to see that, so I'm going to just like shut it down. But Spirit wants to guide you to seeing the good things too, you know, and more of the good things than the bad things. So, the third eye rules psychic abilities and clairvoyance. Although every human is born with the ability to see beyond the known, it does not mean they always access it, you know. Your intuitive gifts and abilities are very strong. So when this card appears, it is because you're ready to move to the next level in the development of your inner seeing. Intuitive development is important for your growth at this time. Expanding your gifts not only benefits you, but also aids those who need the guidance and support you can provide from Source. Very exciting. Okay. So now what do I look at? What deck am I being called to for you? With more guidance. I know. We'll go with your favorite deck, the fairies. Let's see what they have to say. I know. It's so beautiful. I think y'all will love my deck too once I finish it. You know, like the artist David, whatever his name is, he does photo realism, so it's kind of like a mix of real people and artwork, and like it's layered. And so I've done a little of that too, like the photo realism. Yeah, let's look into him. Mr. O David, where is he? Okay, this is fairy royalty help you wear your invisible crown. The fairies are not nature angels who assist us with earthly concerns, including increasing our self-confidence and belief in our ability to make a positive difference in this world. That's nice. Yeah, oh, David is his middle name. But anyway, Howard David Johnson. He is a contemporary realistic visual artist and photographer with a background in the natural sciences and history. David, as he I knew he likes to be called David, so I was right. David, as he likes to be called, works in a variety of mixed media, ranging from oil on canvas to digital media. After a lifetime of drawing and painting, his traditional media art was exhibited in the British Museum in London in 1996, as well as in numerous American museums since, such as the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City. David's realistic illustrations have made appearances in every major bookstore and game shop chain in the US, as well as magazines and educational text around the world. David offers his customers many options and more than 3 decades of experience as an illustrator. He also uses the computer and has been involved in the development and marketing of software for Adobe Photoshop. Digital art, colored pencils, pastel, mixed media, and oil paintings can be commissioned for select projects. David delivers old-fashioned customer service and the rights to these custom-made, copyright-free illustrations when he does work for hire. And you can go, look for him if you want. I still think it's valid. Anyway, I don't know what made me want to talk about the artist, but I thought it was valid. Okay, thank you, Divine Goddess. It's just us girls here as members, so I think everybody knows to look for those kinds of things. But thank you for reminding us. Pretty much, Divine Goddess, you have the night off. I don't think I need a moderator tonight because the moderation is just in the fact that this is members only. Whoa. Let's try this again. I don't think Terry, Cheryl, or Rainbow are going to get out of line or anything. They're going to start causing trouble. They're not going to ask questions about, how do I get a reading? I know it's a habit, though, and I appreciate it. DG. Sachi. All right, we have the Four of Winter. Set aside your concerns for now. You can make a decision later. Solutions that come from meditation. You too have to meditate. The need for more sleep, again with the sleep, or vacation. So that's the the Four of Swords. It's about meditating. It's about resting. It's about finding the answers through the quiet moments in your life. So you just need more of those. And I think Spirit's going to remind you and remind you and remind you until you actually take time out. Just like you wake up, go to the bathroom, brush your teeth, eat breakfast, whatever. You got to go wake up, meditate, brush your teeth, eat breakfast, or whatever. You got to schedule meditation time. I definitely am not, this is not coming from me, this is coming from Spirit, because I'm not practicing what I preach. In other words, I'm not preaching, I'm just, because I'm not doing it myself, and I need to as well. So let's just all do it, okay, everybody? Let's just make sure we add back some meditation back into our lives. Yes, I will. I'm going to go ground again. I'm going to start doing that again. Okay. You know what? I'm hearing Spirit say, read the whole thing. All right, let's look it up. The Four of Winter. I'm going to read the whole thing. I hardly ever look at this book, and it's very like, it's in a very weird order. All the four, okay, I think all the, no, spring, 3, 4, there we go. Okay, there's a great power in quieting your mind through meditation. So your spirit's trying to say your third eye is opening, and there we need to show you some things, but you gotta rest and take some time out, because there's things that we need to show you with your clairvoyance. So these are there's great power in quieting your mind through meditation or taking a break. Solutions that previously eluded you because you overthought them can suddenly become crystal clear. If you're facing a challenge at this time, take this card as your sign that you need to stop thinking about it for now. Focus upon something else, or take steps to diffuse a troubling situation or clear pent up emotions. Healthy sleep is critical for a happy life. It allows the mind to rest and rejuvenate so that your waking hours are more productive and filled with optimism. Show your body the love it deserves by providing it with the time it needs to recuperate. Seek out ways to counteract stress. So this fairy finds comfort and solitude within a mighty pine tree. The pine cones symbolize the spiritual illumination that comes from meditation and going within. And when the pine cone comes in out in the charms, I see it as the pineal gland and psychic abilities. Okay, so basically it's like set aside your concerns for now and add some meditation in your life. Here we go. I'm getting hungry, y'all. I had a great lunch, though, or dinner. I'm waiting for Flipper. That didn't flip. I wanted to, but it didn't. Okay. That's a Flipper. Okay. Emperor. Use logic and structure to increase your success. Get organized. A firm but compassionate leader. And the Emperor came out last reading too. Like, your divine masculine is trying to get attention here. There is somebody who is trying to connect with you from the masculine, or you're balancing your masculine energies. All right. Let's see what else. You've got, here's a little stack. The 5 of Winter. Walk away from dishonest associations, realizing that what you thought you wanted isn't the best choice for your happiness, something that's not worth the effort. So you may have already experienced this, and sometimes you may experience it again, right? For some reason, certain people are often attracted, or vampire types are often attracted to people of the light and empaths and stuff. So it's just kind of something that just happens to us. and continue to use, your protection, and walk away, and you make the right choices and use your boundaries and things like that, from the people that are not right for you. But I feel like this is kind of something you've already done recently enough, and spirit saying good job. Okay. And then you got Princess of Autumn, studious, responsible, cheerful, and mischievous. Look at this. Happy news about your career, promotions, or scholarship. Well thought out plans that go perfectly, and leading a little push to get it going. And then you have the Queen of Spring, brilliant, loyal, talented, and friendly. Believe in yourself. Wonderful people want to help you maintain a balance between work and home life. So it's just about discerning, right? There's some people you just kind of know when you meet them, just like that trainer dude. You're like, nope, next. Like, I know, I'm sorry. It's like, it's like, why do I have to keep running into the wrong person? But don't let yourself do those things. Just say, it just happens you live in a place where there's just a lot of people. And luckily there's a lot of people, and there's plenty of good people still out there, in all areas of your life. Love, work, working out, and etc. So that guy didn't work out, but this is like, stay optimistic, because there's more to come, good things to come. And look, it ends on a 10 of autumn, which is like the happily ever after card, and yeah, stability and feeling good. So take steps to ensure the financial security of your children or other loved ones, making wise investments or planning for retirement, honoring family traditions. But yeah, 10 of Pentacles is the happily ever after card. So I feel like you're growing and doing better, and financially things are looking really, really good for you, and helpful people are coming through. Certainly you're gonna occasionally meet the person that's not so helpful, but I think the good guys are coming through more than the the bad guys. All right, I'm gonna get you a Beltane, like a now reading. I mean, like a Beltane and a later. So like Beltane and then Litha. Like what to look out for now, and then what to look out in the next 3 months. Okay. What's your now card? Okay. Okay. Yes, nice. So, between us girls, I tell you what, it feels really nice. This is all about release. Actually, been meaning to go buy a new toy. I really just want to buy a new toy. I have to figure out, I have to budget into my budget. But I've got a few ones on my mind anyway. So this is saying, thrust your body, elevate your spirit, open the gates to your renewal. Release is a necessary part of life that you must give away to from time to time. When that does not happen, your soul becomes too overwhelmed and will seek release in other more destructive ways. Never is this more true than with emotions. Lower vibrations such as anger, sadness, jealousy, and rage can consume you if they are left unchecked. You may think you're getting over what you feel by ignoring it or locking it in the back of your mind, but eventually your emotional baggage will seek another outlet and may manifest itself in self destruction, illness, chaotic outbursts, or other negative expressions of release. So, an emotional release doesn't have to be dramatic. There are many ways you can free yourself from the storm brewing within. Giving yourself to creative expression is a healthy way to channel your darker emotions. dance or cook or lose yourself in art, body expression, or music. The medium doesn't matter if it brings you a sense of freedom. And these are things you also already do. So Spirit's saying, good job. You already do these things, but remember, like, this is that those are your medicines, those things that you're doing. So always continue to do those things, and maybe you can add other forms of release that you may haven't tried in a while. I don't know. But yes, all forms of release. Don't feel guilty. It's important. It's necessary. It's sexual healing. It's good for me. It's good for you. So it's good for me, and it's good for me. Oh, it's so good for me, baby. Let's see what we need to look at in 3 months from now. Also, maybe I should do a little, what's happening next in your love life? Maybe giving into a little weekend fun with somebody is not such a bad thing. Every once in a while we could do these things. Who says we're not allowed to? I haven't done anything like that in a long time. Not that it's wrong or right, it's just I just haven't. So let go of the past. Clear your energy to allow more clear your energy to allow more love in your life. So you're in the process of releasing. Yeah. So part of the release is letting go of the past and letting go of your inhibitions and letting go of that feeling that you get. It's a letting go energy. It's funny that Spirit's like, go ahead, have a fling if you want to. No, but they were, saying art, music, blah, blah, blah. But you put a picture of that, so we know what you're really trying to say. Play with the birds and the bees. Oh, and the butterflies. Okay, so in a few months from now, butterflies is your main focus. It's transformations, I guess. Here in the unknown, you will find the essence of who you really are and what magic awaits. Right? Thanks for your permission. So the key words here are breakthrough, transcendence, and profound change. The humble caterpillar melting down and rebuilding itself into a stunning butterfly. Butterfly is one of the most beautiful symbols of transformation the world has ever seen. And talk about an extreme makeover. A caterpillar essentially digests itself by releasing special enzymes within the chrysalis that dissolve its tissues into a soup of proteins that are then used to rebuild the body, forming its wings, legs, and the rest of its anatomy. A caterpillar's willingness to completely break itself down is what leads to such profound change. It may be difficult, but it knows it has outgrown its current state, and it's time to set itself free. You are in the midst of a profound breakthrough and are about to transcend your understanding of who you were until this point. Spiritual signs come so rarely in the form of a huge flashing billboard, but in this case, you can expect something truly dramatic to shake up your way of being. And it's not a bad one, it's not a tower moment, it's something really beautiful. It's a butterfly moment. Whether or not this change is the result of certain events or happy coincidence is not anything that Spirit is, going to divulge right now. Maybe later we'll find out more. But either way, it doesn't matter. Your life is going to look different. And maybe in 3 months from now, but definitely a year from now. as a result of what's happening in the next 3 months. So pay special attention to synchronicities in dreams as they are appearing. And there you go with your clairvoyance again. As they are appearing to get your attention, they are your confirmation that what is happening is meant for you and you should continue to follow the threads. Also, this is a card of validation, a desire to make a significant life change, and it means yes when asking yes or no questions. All right. Anything else that you want me to look into, Cheryl? I feel like this was a very positive spiritual message, and you asked for spiritual messages. So basically, go paint pictures and touch yourself. I don't know. Divine Goddess, this is a members only, so public is not seeing that. So we know, we got it, we got you. Thank you for sharing. That's all we need right now. Okay. Are you good? Are you good? Sometimes just also think about where you were and how far you've come, because you've had difficult times in your life, and you're actually, in comparison, the way things are going right now are quite positive in comparison, right? And they're just going to get better and better and better. You're welcome. Good night, Terry. Thanks for coming. See you again. I see your new badge. I had to change your badge because I kept seeing my ex-boyfriend, and it was like, well, I'm gonna put a unicorn there instead. The other ones show up pretty good, but that one's kind of light. It's all right. I think you can tell that it's a unicorn and cherry fairy. The other one is the embrace. No, the enchanted kiss. Everybody else has the enchanted kiss. Yeah, take care of yourself, baby. Rainbow. I should get myself some water. Any messages? Oh, you too with the spirit messages. How nice. I was about to, you know what I was going to do? I was going to just erase the name and leave the spirit message. And I was like, no, Rainbow might have a specific question. But you too with the spirits. Very nice. I like the spiritual stuff tonight. Rainbow. Okay. Let's get you some fire too. Well, it's not wanting to catch. Maybe the energy knows you're a water sign. Here we go. Woo, woo, woo. All right, let's start with the path of the soul. So tonight we're all tapping into our soul path. And you definitely have soul connections. Spirit messages for Rainbow, please. Oh, wow, that was a flipper, but you had two. That's so pretty. We're going to read your two. You have 35 and 6. Divine Goddess, you don't have to keep posting that, please. Thank you, appreciate it, but you don't have to keep doing it. You can take the night off. You can take the night off and just chill and hang with us. All right, so here we go. Ooh, fancy. Rainbow, guess what? This is the royal order. So you are more than you think you are. You are royalty. We play important roles in each other's lives. We aid each other on the journey to oneness and ascension. Before we can play an integral role in helping others, we have to first take care of ourselves. The royal order is about keeping within the divine order of life. Be sure to care for this physical vessel that is you. It needs to run and function properly. You have an important part to play in the lives of others, so make sure you take care of yourself first. And I just, this is something that I kind of heard in my head while I was reading that. Rainbow. There's some things that the people here tonight, these soul mates, we're soulmates, all of us. So Terry, Cheryl, and me and I, we're all mothers. And Terry, Cheryl, and I have had relationships that we've split from, right? Uh, Cheryl and I, yeah. Anyway, and Divine Goddess has had love in and out, but never a permanent kind of love. The one way that you are very different from us is that you have met your soulmate twin flame and you are with him. And that is a beautiful kind of almost miracle. And I know that you truly want to have children, but I feel like it's not that you don't count your blessings, but maybe like realize how lucky you are to actually have such a great person in your life, right? I know you already do realize that, but every once in a while, remind yourself again. And that, I feel like he comes out in our readings so much in these readings, because this is like spirit saying how blessed you are to have this man in your life. And I, you know, I wish the same for me someday too, to have this beautiful, stable person who's always by my side and supportive and kind-hearted and patient and all of those things that, your husband's not perfect. I know he has his stubborn streak, and sometimes he's short-sighted and things like that. But overall, he's just really always there for you, right? You're his number one, and yet, me and Cheryl have had, and Terry too. We've had kids, but we haven't. We've had to, take care of them on our own for too, without a supportive person. So anyway, not that that's right or wrong, good or bad, or anything that's bad for, any that doesn't mean anything specifically for you, but I'm just saying it's kind of an interesting. Sometimes it would be fun to have fun. It would be beautiful to have that connection, it really would. So I feel like it's a very, like, you're royalty because you have that. You're high ranking because you have the soulmate. So the card 6 is called breakthrough. There is a thin veil which it separates us from other dimensions of existence. You are now energetically breaking through this veil. You may be experiencing knowings or feelings of other dimensions. Your consciousness is moving beyond this third dimensional realm. Embrace the moments of clarity and understanding that flow within this greater knowing. As you break through the veil, you are in closer contact with your guides and other divine beings who are here to aid you on your journey. So you have a lot of like loving energy guiding you, as usual. My husband is one of my biggest blessings in my life, yes, and I'm forever grateful to God for putting in my life, yes. And say that a lot, because that that gratefulness, that's, like, I know you probably say it and think it a lot, or maybe think it a lot, but always think, I mean, just like, think about all the blessings, all the great things you have. You're not at a lack of anything. You have so much abundance, don't you? You have so much, and you have so much to offer. And so spirit's going to see that that thought process, and real and see that it's time. You have so much to offer here. We give you the care of something because you have so much to offer. I see that still as a possibility out there, but let's not focus on specifics, because this is about your spirituality. So I feel like that was a really spiritual message, that breakthrough. It's tapping into something and like really getting at the heart of things. All right, you have the Five of Summer, which is, uh, the Five Cups. Trust that there is a reason for everything that happens. Remove yourself from the negative emotions of others, focusing on that which frightens or worries you. So we know that's a common thing that you fall back on, the fears or the worries or the doubts or whatever. So spirit's just like, it's just gonna have to be a habit that you have to get out of that. And then you have the Seven of Spring. So be assertive. Don't back down from what you believe. Courageously stand up for yourself. And I'm going to like get into it a little bit more. So we'll talk a little bit more about the Five of Summer. There's much serene beauty in life. However, that kind of tranquility may be overlooked when you're fixated on things that make you unhappy. Release negative situations and return to your own inner peace. Make sure your thoughts are thoroughly focused on optimistic outcomes. Envision the present and future that you want to manifest and forget about the past. If you need to mourn a loss, don't hesitate to reach out to those around you who love you and can help you recover in a healthy way. Remove yourself from the negative emotions of others. Melodramatic people and situations foster feelings like regret and anxiety, which don't help you live the life that you desire. Don't worry, brighter days are just around the corner. This fairy appears. She's so cute. She has great wings, doesn't she? Clearly, she's a little worried. Does she look worried? I don't know. She doesn't look that worried. Okay, a little bit. By what is just out of view on the card. And she's ready to take flight when perhaps a time of contemplation would serve her better. So, forgive the past and forgive past mistakes or past loss and getting something positive out of a challenging situation. See all the possibilities. Okay, and so we have the Seven of Spring. It's healthy and normal to stand up for yourself. Don't allow others to talk you out of your beliefs or opinions. Your thoughts and feelings about what the things that you go through are right and exactly spot on. This isn't a time to back down or compromise. It's a good time to pay close attention to all that's happening so that you can learn from the situation. Don't allow people in power to intimidate you. Assert your rights. Sign petitions, call your local government, or attend rallies to demonstrate that there's strength in numbers. This fairy is dressed in red to show her passion for her mission, and her stance signals that she will be quick to defend her beliefs. This could be like a good thing to put your passion into, could be like fighting for some kind of cause or something like that. So, yeah, take a stand, defend your position. There's courage through adversity, in fact. You're learning courage by the things that you've been through already. So be proud of yourself for the courage that you found in yourself. This is also about to, and maybe assertive classes, or classes where what is those protection classes? Defense classes or something, or some kind of physical strength at the gym. That could be what that means too. All right, so let's see. Anything else that we need to know? See, renewal. And the timing, I feel like, is around the 10 of spring. Or springtime. All right. Oh, and you can also get the Ace of Autumn. So renewal saying, review the past and present so you can plan a bright new future. Understanding your life purpose. Releasing judgments of yourself and others. So this is like the world, the judgment card. But I feel like no need to judge or no need to fear. I like that little fairy. Its wings are pretty. Its wings kind of look like Fancy Fairy Angela's wings. And you have the 10 of spring. Ask for help from others. All work and no play may weigh you down. So this is the 10 of Wands. This is also like that final push, you know, or getting to the finish line. And if you let yourself have too many responsibilities, you can also, there's so many things you can do in this case. You don't have to take on all the work. You can share the work. You can set it down and pick it up when you're ready to pick it up again. That the 10 of Wands is about what you need to do in that moment. Like if you're getting tired or if you're getting overwhelmed, instead of like forcing yourself to keep going, you make, think about the other options. And then you have, oh, the little kid, he's so cute. I guess it's a little girl. So cute. Oh, nice. The Ace of Autumn is saying a windfall of money, advice, or assistance from others. Very successful project, a happy change in your career. So, money's coming to you for sure. Maybe other things that are very positive in your life, but happy changes for you. All right. So, let's see. Let's get one message from the Beltane for now. The now energy. Well, you too got this, which we already know means thrust your body and elevate your spirit. It's about release and enjoying things in life and finding release in the pleasures of life and creativity and the fun things that you like to do and sexuality and all of that. So let's see what you need to do in the next 3 months. Hydration. Yeah, wait until summer and then drink water. No, but really, think about that. It's funny because in the winter months, maybe we don't drink as much because it's cooler. And then when it gets hot, maybe sometimes we forget to drink as much. But even when it's cold, we should drink, and even when it's hot, we should drink even more. And sometimes there's the dry heat, which definitely you feel thirsty when it's dry heat, but the humid heat, you don't think you have to drink but you sometimes you have to drink more when it's humid heat. But anyway, let's talk about hydration. So, oh yes. So the keywords are basic nourishment, foundational healing, and source of the problem. There is more to the story than meets the eye. Be mindful of what hides beneath the surface. So something else is going on here. Ever had dry skin in the summer? Nope, not me. Between sun rays, air conditioning, salt water, and chlorine, your skin can take a brutal beating. You can increase your moisturizer, of course, but that is only treating the symptoms and not the problem. While environmental influences increase your chances of having dry skin, proper hydration is half the battle. Getting enough of this foundational healing by just drinking more water will have a significant impact on not only your skin but your body's overall wellness. Spiritual well being is similar. You may be attempting to manifest a large goal or heal an old wound, but are focusing on the symptoms when there is a much bigger problem driving the external manifestations you're experiencing. I get this. It's kind of like a lot of people have this have this problem. They're like, I'm trying to manifest, I'm trying to manifest, and nothing's happening. But there could be, because there needs to be something released first, because before you can bring in this new thing that you want. This bring in something, manifest. It's like the dream becoming reality, manifesting into a tangible. And so there is like it's kind of similar to that butterfly, the way it shifts and becomes. There's a lot of work in the process before it turns into the butterfly. So, um, sometimes if you don't have enough self-worth, that can keep you from attracting more love or wealth or other things. It's important to release any deep-rooted fears of new experiences that could hinder your plans to to go after your dreams. Or you could find that uh, childhood wounds could be the reason why there's there's the reason why some things don't manifest the way you want them, because you haven't quite fully released that or healed that. Or maybe you've healed things but haven't released them, because there's more than healing as a process or as a step to, to moving on to your manifestation. And sometimes you just need more information, like because you need closure. A lot of us feel feel better when we get closure, and when we have that final sign that just explains everything. And I feel like I've had that recently, so that's kind of nice. It's still confusing, like, now to where do I go from here, but at the same time it is good to have that kind of final sign. So there, I feel like there's just a little bit more healing, and something is going to come to a conclusion. Put on your x-ray glasses and look beyond the surface of your problem or your question. Yeah, it's like looking at your body, or like an ultrasound or an x-ray machine. It's looking beyond the physical and seeing what's going on deeper, right? There's more to the story than meets the eye, and you have only just begun to peel back the layers. So very interesting. In a couple of months or 3 months, more to the story, more to the story. And there you have it. We'll just keep looking at this story and reading about what's next to come. Okay, Rainbow. All right. It looks like I'm writing divining. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Hello, you're welcome. I will, Divine Goddess. I'm gonna go use the ladies' room and get a drink. All right. Thank you for waiting. Here's a spiritual message for you too. That's the theme tonight. I'm planning a short hike soon and mini travel while applying for jobs and started a new venture with friend related to travel. Nice. So just spirit messages for me, whatever I'm allowed to know here or any guidance. Very good, very good. All right. Let's get a little Palo Santo. With this, I clear between each reading and I create healing energy and ask for the highest sources to guide us from spirit. And when I say spirit, I don't know how what y'all feel, but I was raised, Christian, like a lot of us, and um, Catholic in particular, and I grew up believing that God was God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. And so sometimes I like to see spirit as kind of that part of God, even though instead of like defining God as in a masculine term, like Jesus or God, I like to see God as something that doesn't have a gender, like it's just spirit, just energy. So that's where I get that from. And I think my son, he was thinking that when I said spirit, I was like ghosts or entities or undefined an undefined source. And I understand that to a certain extent, but it's not about like tapping into some kind of ghost entity. It's about the spirit team, the team that's out there that helps us, the higher team, like angels and ancestors and high level guardians and guides of all sources, um, starseed energy, cosmic stuff, all of that. Anyway, exactly, divine spirit, the light, to put it more specifically. Very, very well said. All right, so let's see what the path of the soul has to say for you. Spirit is a word that just encompasses all of that. It's like the everything that's high and good and divine. Ooh, look at that. That's very powerful looking. Looks like flames. Very beautiful. So your card is about, it's the last one. Ooh, Egyptian eagle. Egyptian eagle. Look at that. It's Isn't that beautiful? Look at the fractals. You guys, I highly recommend. In fact, I'm going to try to find one of the videos and post it. I think I did a long time ago, but I'm going to post one of Cheryl Lee Harnish's fractal videos in the post section. Because, like, you go deep into one of these fractals and then you keep going and going and going. I don't know how she did that video. So neat. So, the Egyptian eagle is talking about a time to release. Yes, like a phoenix rising exactly out of the ashes. And again, the release message is coming out for you too. Like everybody needs to release something, it seems. So release all your past ideals that no longer serve you. If you have been doing inner work, this card represents its completion and a shift into the new. If you're just beginning, this card represents that it is time to begin your inner work. As we make these gifts, excuse me, as we make these great life shifts, those who were once close seem to drift away, right? They're not vibing on our vibration anymore, so they drift away. And as we elevate and ascend, some people can't come with us. It's just the way it is. So take time to thank them for the lessons you have shared. Egyptian eagle offers the higher perspective and viewpoint. Very nice. Oh, and I feel like you may be going somewhere, maybe you see an eagle that can kind of clue you into this reading. Um, Maybe also someplace where you're hiking or climbing, you'll have a view of below, right? You'll be in a high place where you can look below. And it feels like, I got goosebumps on that one. Feels like just having a view like that means so much, like you're going to get some special messages just by being above it, right? And I like that. I like how it was said to give thanks to those who give us lessons because it is in those lessons that we learn about ourselves and we grow. And if we don't have those things in our life, well, we just kind of stay the same, which feels comfortable, but it's not necessarily the best thing for us, right? So those difficult times are great for our growth. So thank you, those of you who came into my life to help me grow. All right, let's see. Let's get some tarot. Let's get some tarot. I love eagles too. I'm a Scorpio, and some eagles is one of the Scorpio symbols, especially like the higher level Scorpios. And so I've always been attracted to the eagles. I got to see bald eagles in Alaska, and they're humongous. They're as big as Poe or bigger. Like, I didn't realize how big eagles were, and they're so beautiful. So beautiful. All right, you got the Two of Autumn that says, bring fun into everything you do. Juggling multiple priorities or jobs, an exceptional talent for multitasking. So it feels like you're going to have a lot happening and you're going to be happy doing a lot. So, yeah, I feel like good news in the work department. You're wondering how like you're going to be applying for jobs and stuff like that. Well, whatever job you get, you're going to have probably a lot of activities, so you'll never be bored. But also, you're going to find yourself having to balance a lot of things at the same time. but in a way you're like really happy that you do. Like life gets more interesting, gets more entertaining and fun. And you and as yeah, I love well, I don't I shouldn't say I love multitasking, but to be honest, I've become more of a multitasker. Like I like having multiple things happening at the same time. Like when I'm drawing, I can't have it just quiet, so I either have music or the TV going, things like that, you know. So I like layers of activities happening. But yeah, so very nice. So keep things lighthearted and fun, you know, just keep finding joyful things in your life as well. And I feel like maybe the job that you get, it will be something you like a lot. You're gonna like it. You'll feel very lighthearted about it and joyful about it. Let's see what else. Alrighty, got the Three of Winter. So this is saying reach out to others for comfort and love. You will grow stronger from the situation. And I know that you've had, you know, kind of a recent breakup, but Spirit wants to let you know the healing is coming quickly, and you're definitely making new friends, and it's gonna feel good that these new people will feel very nice. They kind of heal that little soft, that sore spot in your heart that you have. Ooh, and look at this, traveling the world. A brilliant success, the freedom to go in any direction, a journey that is now complete. But you like enjoying this, like feeling really high vibes from traveling. The Five of Autumn, reach out to others for assistance. There's a lot of reaching out. So I feel like, you know, with people, when you're dealing with people, um, giving yourself your time, your assistance, your knowledge, your help is going to be a good thing, you know. Don't be afraid or be shy to share or to help, because you're gonna be really appreciated for doing that. Um, this talks a little bit about, so Five of Autumn and Three of Winters are normally considered like some of the sadsies cards, but in this case, it's kind of like more an uplifted version of it. It's like the way to get over the difficult stuff is to help other people, like get outside of your own self. So, and so it's interesting because I feel like your job situation is going to be great, but maybe before the job situation happens, you might have a moment where you're like, "Dang, I'm kind of short on money, or I need a little assistance." And I think other people will be helping you in that case. So don't be too embarrassed or sad or worried, because you know, soon enough you're going to get the money that you need for everything else. You've got the Magician here. So that's wonderful. You can do anything. Take charge of your life. You can manifest what you need to be a success. All right. You can do anything. Let's talk about the Magician. Well, have I talked about the Magician? Let's talk about him again. The Magician, there's nothing that you can't accomplish. The fairies are magical and can help you manifest whatever you need in order to be a success. The resources you require will just miraculously appear: money, innovative ideas, creative abilities, or friends who are willing to help out. Understanding what you already have versus what you are in need of allows the fairies to send you the perfect gifts. You have amazing skill and creative talents that you can rely on. However, it's also wise to seek out good advice from experienced people. Allow others to open doors for you or make introductions to those who can point you in the right direction. This magician here has accomplished his climb. He climbed. This is about you hiking and climbing and going high places. Like literally, and then you will also do the same thing in your career too. So he's accomplished his climb to the Glastonbury tour, where he accessed additional wisdom and protection. Now he is walking along the easier path, part of the path toward the base of the mountain. Very cool. So take charge of your life. You can do anything you want to, and success is because of your training and your optimism and your ability to visualize and make your dreams come true. Yes, well, you will be associating with the right people now, because you'll be walking away from those people that no longer assist you. See? Walk away from dishonest associations, realizing that you thought what you wanted isn't the best for your happiness, something that's not worth the effort. So you know who you're not supposed to associate with, and you figured that part out already. Yeah. Eventually, they, yeah, they just make it worse, don't they? They keep going on and on and on. You know why they do that, Divine Goddess? Because Sachi is because he doesn't want to let go of you, so he's creating drama to hold on to you. That seems to be what I've noticed what Pisces do, because my son's ex is a Pisces too, and she's been doing that. So that's it feels like, yeah, my Pisces didn't do that though. My Pisces just let go. He didn't try to fight for me, which is kind of what I was hoping for, but he didn't. But that's okay too. Like I think everything happens the way it's meant to happen. And yeah, I know it's hard. It's hard. The Three of Winter is saying, we feel you. We understand how hard it is when somebody disappoints you and isn't there for you. It takes great courage to face your past disappointments and allow healing to take place. But if you reach out to others for comfort and love, then that can help. Ask God and the angels and the fairies for clarity and understanding. And be open to the warm embrace of compassion and forgiveness, and the wisdom of others may other people can help you too. Like the, you may find somebody who's gone through the same thing, and then it'll feel comfortable to talk to them about it, and then you'll both be like, oh man, or whatever. I understand how this is. But don't close your heart off to helpful people, because they'll help you work through your sadness, and your healing is coming soon. Like it well, you already started your healing, but it's going to feel complete very soon. So, and you'll feel you'll feel this new connections with new people will make it much better. So just forgive and forget, and release the past hurts, and that will help your healing as well. And remember to say thank you to the universe for bringing you these challenges, because you wouldn't have been able to grow if you didn't have this person challenging you to level up to a higher level. No, don't have trust issues. You think about it very carefully and realize this is one person, and he's not all people are this person. He's one person. The next person that you meet is going to be a good person. Your friends are going to be there to help you through the difficulty that one person gave you, but they're not all people are the same. Even if you have experienced more than one person behaving in a disappointing way, doesn't mean that all people are that way. You can have faith and trust and pixie dust. Well, it's time for me to go to bed now. The my Cinderella alarm clock went off. It says, get ready for bed. Let's see what your charms have to say. I'll just get a few. There you go. So you have forever, celebrate, something fun to celebrate. You are fun. Celebrate and have fun. There, that one card kept saying, find ways to have fun. There's a we here, and there's a weird bird. He may look weird on the outside, but he's a very balanced and stable person. So reach out to the weird people. They'll really appreciate you being nice to them, because it's like that little friend in school that nobody was friends with, and you reached out to them and you said, hey, you can play with me, or you can come sit at my table and eat your sandwich with me. And they were like, thanks, you're so nice. So yeah, reach out to those that feel left out, and then that'll make you heal your heart as well. All right, well, I think your career stuff looks really positive. You're welcome, Sachi love. Until the next time we meet, Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust. Good night.